What's up, Zoners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the lucky bastard Youth and Wolf, coming at you live from the West Coast. And this is the Fantasy Red Zone, man. Huge episode. One of my favorite episodes because this is all personal shit I'm doing. Trade targets. I'm looking for the players that I want to trade for, the ones I want to trade away, and the ones I want to hold on to, man. So we're going to go over all of those. We have a trade calculator, only exclusive to this show, Jason. Jason was in his basement. He created this thing. Beep, bop, beep, boop. All right. We put it in what players, real trades are happening right now. And we're going to go over our trade targets, ourselves, all that stuff, and then go over the real life trades. So that's some cool shit. All right. We got some news before we get into all that, Jason. But before we get into anything, we need help. Just look at us, man. This please tell the public how they can help this show.
Yeah. We need you guys' help because right now I'm stuck in the basement in my lab. I wish I could move to like a higher like story so I could like
higher ground.
I was gonna say higher ground, I guess.
Are you like Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Second story. Yeah, I've got the high ground. Don't do it, Anakin. Anyways, if you guys made it this far and enjoying this episode already, this crazy start, please smash the like, hit the subscribe. We need it. It pushes us out to more people. We're also on the radio and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to follow us there. And we got a thank you button on all of our videos. If you're feeling friendly, back to you, Tyler.
So we were just talking about this. Omarion Hampton to IR with an ankle injury. I think I have him in 2 of our 3 leagues. Jason, you have him in our home league. It's terrible. All right. So I've got to figure out something quickly. Jason was just trying to talk about trading away Puka Nacua for some running backs. So Jason, Omarion Hampton, we got Kamani Vidal. I just looked at this a bunch of stats. He's much more efficient than oh my god, not Guyton, Higgins,
Haskins.
Anyways, the other guy there, Hassan Haskins. Yeah. So I'd pick up Vidal if I was out there desperate. If I was Jason, that'd be who I'm trying to pick up right now. But Jason, Omarion Hampton, you're not gonna be able to replace him with just anybody. You should have got Michael Carter.
Look at that look. Oh my
2 male dogs that are trying to hump. It is insane.
Do the humpy hump. Yeah, well, I didn't know if I wanted to get Michael Carter because I have Trey Benson on IR too.
Man, if nobody would have got to IR, you would have the like most all-star team, Jason.
It's freaking it's insane, but
you were hitting all the injury luck, and then it just flipped.
Yep.
And like all those people that just stepped up into those injury roles got injured themselves.
Yep, in 6 days.
Hey, man, the world was.
Hey, you know what though, Tyler? Like next week, like whoever gets Vidal is going to have a good matchup. They go against the Dolphins.
Yeah, so I mean, Vidal, if you're hurting for a running back, put all your money on Vidal. All right, Jason, this one hurt me. I was going against Jason this week. I get 10 plus points for my kicker every single week, and I was like, oh, that's weird. His points aren't going up from like 3. Dude, he got the punt. Some linebacker ran into my kicker, and now he's out for the year. Jason, the Colts Schrader, and so yeah, he was going to be a top 5 kicker, man, at the end of the year. Automatic set and forget, one of the few ones. And now I got to go find somebody else. I'm probably just going to get the Colts, whoever comes in for the Colts.
Yes, get yourself a kicker. Get a healthy kicker.
But hey, man, you don't think about losing a kicker when you're trying just trying to scratch out a win, Jason. It sucks. And then, hey, I was a Travion Henderson believer, and then we saw fumbles and torn ACLs, and I was like, dude, Travion Henderson has to take over, right? Ramondre Stevenson touchdown. Then like 10 minutes later, Ramondre Stevenson touchdown. What the fuck is going on around here? Antonio Gibson tore his ACL. Travion Henderson's got to come around, man. Last like 4 games of the season, watch out.
Dude, what is going on? Why can we not figure out Travion Henderson? Like last night would have been another perfect night for him just to take over that lead back role. Get majority of the carries and the touches and opportunities. What is it? What are we missing here? Why is he not overtaking that role yet? Also, side note, Antonio Gibson, that sucked. He tore his ACL and then he got clobbered, dude. That sucked.
Oh no! Oh, poof.
Yeah. Oh, did he do like a flit too and shit? Yeah.
Dude, I didn't get to see that one. All right, Jason. Lastly, Christian Watson feels 100%. Dude, I remember one year we were pushing Christian Watson because every time he played with Jordan Love, it was like insane. The problem is he never finishes the game and never plays because of injury. But if you're out there with an IR slot, you can add him in our 12-man league, Jason. I'd pick up Christian Watson. Matthew Golden is still not there yet, and Christian Watson's been proven, man, when he's healthy. So who knows what it's going to look like, but it's worth the gamble.
I was thinking about picking up Christian Watson, but my only concern is, last year his hamstrings were uneven, right? And now his ACLs are going to be uneven. He's going to have to tear the other one just to make it leveled out balance. So we're looking
I don't know
for
if that's how it works.
2026 Christian Watson to the moon.
All right, man. I'm going to start with the sell because I've got way too many buys. I'll save the buys for the end, and then we'll just do what we can. All right. So first up, Jason, we're talking Calvin Ridley. I feel like somebody just dropped him, Jason. I don't know who it was. We were pushing him. We were pushing him all summer long. And if you watch the Titans for the first month, I was like, dude, this ain't happening. Elick Amanor was the guy to own. Jason drops him in this fool, goes out and has 19 fantasy points. Jason, this fool he had 23 fantasy points total in 4 games until this shit. He saw a 27% target share against the Cardinals, his highest mark since week 1. He ended up with his highest raw target total, 10, and scored more than 9 PPR. He had a glass ceiling at 9 PPR points, and he broke through it for the first time this season. He's at Las Vegas, dude. Did you see what happened in Las Vegas? And then New England's becoming a tougher and tougher matchup. But hey, man, Calvin Ridley, if you had him, Jason, would you trust it next week, or would you have to wait one more week to see what the hell's going on?
I kind of said this in some of our later episodes. I am not trusting a Titans player until they could stop that pass rush. It's when Cam Ward is getting pressured up the gut in the face is when nothing goes good for the Titans. He didn't get a lot of pressure yesterday. And you know what happened? Calvin really looks good. But you know what? I'm still not going to touch that guy with a 10-foot pole. Because the offensive line still sucks.
I mean, remember Calvin Ridley, man, the hype, 19 fantasy points. He's broken out, man. I would package him and try to trade for. I'd package him, Jason, try to trade for Puka Nacua. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's playing the Raiders and then the New England after that.
Yeah, dude. Max Crosby he's gonna bring that back down to reality. Watch.
Oh, yeah, and I think Las Vegas didn't have any sacks, and usually they can pressure the quarterback, so they're gonna be hungry. So here, do we have any real life trades going on for Calvin Ridley right now, Jason?
Yes, that is a very good question. And I'm going to just click this button here, and all of our dreams will come true.
Oh, man, sorry. I'm like trying to stop one dog from humping the other dog with just snapping my fingers. They're just looking at me humping each other. Their dicks don't even work, man. Like, what is going on? I've got more balls than these fools. They got one ball.
Damn. Okay. We got here. Would you do? Okay. We got a couple of these players we're going to be talking about today. Would you do Merritt and Calvin Ridley for Marion Hampton?
Oh, I'm sure that trade went down before the Calvin Ridley. Today. Okay, so Calvin Ridley and who again?
Jacory Croskey-Merritt.
Man, I would keep Bill. Bill after that last game, and I've been waiting for Jaden Daniels to come back so that offense functions, and it did. And he's not going to be able to run I think he had negative rushing yards yesterday. Last time I checked, I don't know what it was, but yeah, dude. All I heard about was Bill, and now he took over. So, Jason, I know you traded Bill for Kenneth Walker. This was the first week it did not work out for you.
Yes, Bill did. He did great. We're going to talk about that later. Would you do Calvin Ridley for Dalton Kincaid?
Calvin Ridley for Dalton Kincaid. Yeah, I would rather have Dalton Kincaid, Jason, and I'm not. And this is the first year I've liked Dalton Kincaid. I've been a hater for 2 years straight before this.
Yeah, he really got involved in yesterday's game.
Yeah, I know his snap percentage isn't great, but when he's on the field running routes, he's getting targeted.
And then we got here Calvin Ridley. I think I know where you're going to go with this for Jordan Addison.
Oh, dude, I hate Jordan Addison. I'm telling you to trade away Justin Jefferson. We'll talk about that in just a second. Dude, JJ McCarthy returned to practice today. I meant to put it on the headline stuff, but I forgot about it. So, yeah, you don't want anything to do with JJ McCarthy. So, all right. So, Calvin Ridley, it sounds like you could get some people for him. Again, don't trade away Bill though just yet for an injured player. Because I mean that's crazy. I hate trading for an injured player because like who knows? Like suspended player that's fine, but injured, it's like who knows when he's coming back if he re-aggravates it. That's just scary. All right, Jason, Justin Jefferson. I just spoke his name. I just spoke it. All right. Anyways, 20 fantasy points. He has not scored since week 1, but he has 17 catches and 249 yards in his last 2 games. His lowest target share in a single game this year is at 26.2. I'm fine with the amount of targets he's getting, Jason. But when JJ McCarthy was there, they were not throwing the ball that much. And so he only surpassed 8 targets with Wentz. So I think he had like 6 targets and 8 targets with JJ McCarthy, and that went straight to 11 with Wentz. McCarthy returned to practice today. I hate it, man. And there's a bye. So you're telling me that Wentz might not even start the next game? We will see. All right. And then you get Philadelphia after that. So, dude, I'm telling you, if JJ McCarthy's coming back, I would be trading away Justin Jefferson. I'd be trading away Addison. I'd be trying to trade away a lot of shit. I mean, Hawkinson hasn't done well enough for you to trade away, but I'd be doing everything to get away from it. I think Jordan Mason's going to be the only benefactor from JJ McCarthy coming back.
Yeah, we talked about how Justin Jefferson is kind of like quarterback proof, but it looks like his kryptonite is JJ McCarthy.
Oh, wow. See this, Jason? It's an acorn, man. I always wonder what my dogs are chewing on. Pretty sure it's poisonous. Anyways. All right.
Their teeths.
Justin Jefferson, Jason. Justin Jefferson, Jason.
All right. We got here. Would you do Justin Jefferson for Jamar Chase?
Dude, would I rather have? I'll take the flat. I'll trade the flat wheel for the broken wheel. With the whatever, dude. That's even to me. I don't want either of them.
Okay, what about Justin Jefferson for Derrick Henry?
I would take Derrick Henry. All right, his worst days are. I think he's on a buy. I'm telling you to buy him later. I would take Derrick Henry all day long, and just hope that I've got like a couple wins in my pocket and I make it to playoffs because he will. By the end of the season, man, he's gonna leave us wanting more. He's gonna be like, we're gonna think Derrick Henry's gonna be a second or first round draft pick again next year, but it's gonna happen. But you got to get through this first. And they're not going to be starting Cooper Rush. I think they're going to be starting Snoop Huntley if Lamar Jackson can't go. So yeah, I thought he was going to do better with Cooper Rush. I thought they were just line up and run the hell out of the ball, dude. It did not happen. So give me Lamar Jackson back. Get some touchdowns.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of running backs being traded for him, but Justin Jefferson for Garrett Wilson.
I'd take Garrett Wilson all day, dude. So yeah, I've got no issue there. I much prefer Justin Fields to JJ McCarthy, and the opportunity. I guarantee Garrett Wilson is gonna finish with more targets than Justin Jefferson. So
yeah,
that's what I would go with. All right. And again, oh yeah, okay. All right, man. Next up, I own this dude. And then we got a couple from Jason. Daniel Jones, 16 fantasy points. Okay, it's been 2 weeks in a row, man, where I have not started Baker Mayfield because I loved the Daniel Jones matchups. And Baker Mayfield probably would have won me both weeks. So not good. In games where he scores a rushing touchdown this year, he does well, man. Like 29 points, 23 points. In games without a rushing touchdown, 15.8, 10.4, 16.7. Only one rushing attempt in each of the last 2 games. So right now, he's rushing touchdown dependent, and he ain't rushing the ball, Jason. This is his first game with more than 1 passing touchdown. So he's had 1 passing touchdown a week. Dude, yeah, I mean, they're dominating teams. The way that it is going right now is just not equaling a lot of fantasy points for Daniel Jones, even though they're kicking ass right now. So yeah, even with the 2 touchdowns, Jason, this week, he still only had 16 fantasy points. So he needs those rushing attempts and touchdowns at home versus Arizona and then at the Chargers. both those matchups do not scare me. They might blow out the Cardinals, man, and then you're going to get a lot of the same. So if I could get rid of Daniel Jones and just kind of still ride that, hey, he's a quarterback 6, I think, in fantasy, I would package him and trade him away, man. I'd get Baker Mayfield, for God's sakes, even though, maybe somebody else. But I would do it.
Yeah, he was getting those goal line rushing attempts.
That's why I cared. And I was like, dude, him in New York was getting like 10 rushes a game, man. I thought he was going to get so many rushes.
And then they started giving it back to Jonathan Taylor. I mean, hell, even Tyler Warren has a few goal line carries.
I know. Yeah, Jason, you got a touchdown, and I got a touchdown at the same time. You started my kryptonite, man. You started Tyler Warren versus Daniel Jones this week. I should have went Baker Mayfield, but I was like, at Seattle? It's like, what? Damn it. With no Bucky Irving? Yeah, I'm an idiot. All right, here we go. So anyways, Jason, what kind of trades are going for Daniel Jones right now?
Would you do Dak Prescott?
Fuck yeah. I'd take Dak Prescott. Without CD Lamb, I might try to trade for that. We'll see.
Daniel Jones for George Pickens.
I would probably just keep Daniel Jones as my backup, because as much as I like George Pickens, and now Pickens did have Sauce Gardner on him, but yeah, dude, he's the third option on that team. When CD Lamb's back, he'll be him, Ferguson, it'll be Lamb, Ferguson, and then Pickens. Yeah, I would keep Daniel Jones just for a backup quarterback, man.
And the other one was Chris Olave.
Chris Olave, I would trade. I might, dude. I should. Oh, you have Chris Olave. Damn it! I was like, yeah. I should see who has Chris Olave, because I'm going to trade for him.
I got him.
Damn it! And you already know all about Chris Olave and my love for him. So he was the second most targeted wide receiver, Jason, right now, behind Puka. You've got the top 2 most targeted wide receivers in the league, dude.
I know.
I had that like 2 years ago. It was amazing. It was like Keenan Allen and somebody else. Can't remember who it was. Rashee Rice for 2 weeks. All right, Jason. Looks like you got a Juwan Johnson for us.
Oh, yep. This one's going to be pretty short, though. Because this is the main reason that I think you should sell him, is because Foster Moreau's back, and so is Taysom Hill. They're both back from injuries. They didn't play a lot of snaps last week, but they will start taking snaps away from Johnson. And the offense is like, they're really trying to get Kamara more involved in the passing game. Like, his target share has gone up, and Juwan Johnson's target share has gone down. I just don't think, I think because of that, he's losing opportunities. He will be losing playing time on the field. I don't think he's a must start anymore. I think he's now a streamer.
Yeah. Sorry, Jason. I got caught up looking at the Jacksonville game.
Oh, you're fine.
Parker Washington caught the touchdown. I needed.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, you were only.
It's already halftime.
Yeah.
The game's going by too fast. I need to
Dude.
stretch this shit out.
You got this.
Dude, shut up, dude.
Bro, I
All
never beat you, Tyler. I never beat you.
Yeah, well, here's your first time.
I remember the last time.
Juwan Johnson, Jason. Man, a lot of J's and J's and J's. Juwan Johnson, Jason. What kind of trades are going for him?
Juwan Johnson.
Because I did see the same thing. Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill. So just more opportunities being for other people.
Wow. There's really like backup. What'd you do for Aaron Jones?
If I needed a tight end, yeah. Aaron Jones is gonna be game script dependent right now. So
and
JJ McCarthy's coming back, and God, we saw Aaron Jones with JJ McCarthy. That was god awful.
I know he's hurt right now, but would you do it for Trey Benson?
Yeah. Yeah. I would do that for running back for Juwan Johnson. I think I would. Plus, Rashid Shaheed's getting a bunch more looks these days, too. So, yeah, I think that, just starting off the year, it was like they didn't know what was what with Kellen Moore. And so he just hyper-focused Juwan Johnson. I think they're going to go away from that.
And then would you Cooper Kupp?
Nah, I don't. I mean, dude, I need to check Cooper Kupp's stats because, like, why is everybody still talking about Cooper Kupp? I did watch some of that game and I saw a white dude catching some passes, so I'm assuming he did all right. But
He got like 11 points.
Yeah. And we're talking about Juwan. I would keep Juwan Johnson over Cooper Kupp.
I think Cooper Kupp is game script dependent.
I mean, 6 for 59, 9 targets, same amount of targets as Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I get it. But AJ Barner, dude, damn. All right, whatever. All right, Jason. So for the most part, Juwan Johnson is losing value quickly, so you got to make up your mind on him. And hey, Jason, Kamara, you're gonna sell Kamara. That was I'd say it's kind of surprising. But again, weren't the Saints? I mean, the Saints were. Did they have to come back at the very? They were down by 2 touchdowns, or right in the very beginning.
I think so. I think they scored like 26 unanswered points. I think they were down 14.
I was just remember Jackson Dart lost that fumble, and then it was like, dude, it was they went up big, just like defensive whatever after that. So, but yeah, so that was I kind of want to say it was game script dependent, but we said that last week about Kendre Miller. So your whole wanting to get rid of Kamara is because of Kendre Miller, correct?
That is part of the reason. Yeah, we talked about his last carry. Alvin Kamara's last carry in last week's game came at the 8-minute mark, and then Miller had the touches after that. Well, the week before, when they were actually needing to score, his last carry was at the 6:30 mark. So towards the end of the game, they did not rely on Alvin Kamara as Kendre Miller. But this one, dude, I almost actually had him for a sell last week, but I was like, I'll give him one more week. And then now I think it's time to let it go because, all right, so Kendre Miller's received more carries than Kamara, and his snap share has increased every game. Miller is now at 41% of snap share. He had a season high 41% snap share in week 5. Kamara has not been efficient to start this year with his 0.63 points per touch. So that's how many points he scores every time he touches the ball. His previous lowest amount was in 2022 at 0.76.
Wow, and that's great. Yeah, that's crazy.
Just to make it more measurable, Jonathan Taylor is number 2 in the league at points per touch at 1.10. So huge gap. Kamara is actually in the same tier as Chase Brown in this category. So he's not scoring new points when he actually gets the ball. They do continue to use him in the passing game, which is good for PPR, but he's only averaging 15 receiving yards per game. That is his fewest since 2022 when he was averaging 32 yards per game. Usually Kamara leads the team in targets, but Chris Olave had a 31% target share, which is second to Puka Nacua. And Kendre Miller is playing well. He leads all running backs with 39% in tackles avoided per carry and 5th in yards after contact per carry. So, and I have this stat. Over the last 3 seasons, weeks 1 through 10, Kamara averaged 20.3 points per game. Those same seasons, but weeks 10 plus, he only averages 13 points per game. Well, right now, he's averaging just 10 points per game. And next week, he has the Patriots that held James Cook to 4 points. So I think in this direction, I'm going to kill him more offense, or it could be because he's 30 years old, that I think the best of Alvin Kamara is behind us. And the one thing I didn't add, I just thought about it right now, is that Taysom Hill's back, and Taysom Hill is known to take the goal line carries away from Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. And so the one thing I'd point out is usually he drops off a cliff in the second half of the season. But again, if he drops off a cliff now, he's going to be dropped. So Kamara, Jason, I could see, I don't want anything to do with him. When you said Chase Brown, that is a very similar situation. So what type of people could you get for Kamara right now?
Oh man, I was reading this, the awesome stats. Let me do this real quick. Alvin Kamara search. Okay. Would you do Alvin Kamara for Michael Pittman?
Yes.
Alvin Kamara for Chase Brown?
No, that's the same. That's the same bullshit. I wouldn't even trade it.
Yep. Okay, then here we go. What about Alvin Kamara for Ladd McConkey?
Ladd caught a touchdown. But I would keep Alvin Kamara, Jason, because Ladd is third option. At least Alvin Kamara is the top running back still. I mean, I guess you can still kind of say that.
Yeah, I think maybe not next game, but the Chargers passing game might take a dip here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, their offensive line did not play well last week either.
Yeah, he's getting hit too much. I guess if once he plays the same amount of seasons as Andrew Luck, if that makes sense, he's going to surpass. He's on the pace to surpass him for how many hits he's getting in his career.
Justin Herbert?
Yeah, to pass Andrew Luck once he gets to that.
Dang, that's crazy.
How many years Andrew Luck played for?
Okay. Anything else we need to talk about, Kamara?
That's it.
All right, Jason, let's go to our buys. Speaking, and this is perfect setup. Quentin Johnston's my first buy. I've been trying to trade for this fool. I tried to send Brian Thomas Jr. for Quentin Johnston, Jason. And this might be the first week where it actually works out. He only had 6 fantasy points. He did not dip below a 20% target share in any game in September. His target share on Sunday was only at 12.5%. So when he's getting 20+% of the targets, man, it's amazing. He has 4 touchdowns in 5 games, 14 plus fantasy points each. Game until this shit. And now he gets Miami next week, dude. So you're not going to be able to trade for him after next week, Miami. And then he's got Indianapolis. And the Chargers are going to have to keep up with Indianapolis Colts. So I see 2 big games for Quentin Johnston coming up, Jason. So if you're going to try to trade for him, now is the time, man. And people, it's like free money. Easy come, easy go. People pick this guy up off a waiver wire. Now, the guy I was trying to trade for is like, hey, he's my top wide receiver. I can't trade him away. Plus, he was in first place. So it's like, why does he want to trade with me anyways? But Jason, if you could get Quentin Johnston, I would try to do it.
Yeah, I think we finally came to terms that this guy needs to be in the top 10 in our rankings like every week.
Fucking A. So what kind of players would it take, Jason, to get him?
Quinshon Judkins.
Woo! Yeah, so people realize the value. Man, people are valuing Quentin Johnston because I was like, dude, Judkins is insane. He's going to get you 15 points a game, man. And with upside of like touchdowns on top of that. Like 15 points is his floor with those 100-yard rushing games. So I don't know, man. It depends on what I need there because I think I value both. Like both to me, like, Judkins is a top 10 running back. Quentin Johnston's like a top 7 wide receiver. So depends on what you need there.
And then what about for Ashton Genty?
Who would you rather have, Jason? Ashton Genty or Quinshon Judkins?
Quinshon Judkins.
Right. Yeah. So I would rather have Quentin Johnston than Alvin Kamara. I mean, or than Ashton Genty. Now, at the beginning of that game, I was like, holy shit, dude. Ashton Genty is going to be used. He's going to get 40 touches. And then it kind of went off. So, yeah, give me Quentin Johnston with the better team.
And then what about Brock Bowers?
I'd keep Quentin Johnston, dude, because the Brock Bowers thing is scary. Even he was talking about it. And now he's like, I just can't move like I used to. I don't know what's going on. It's like, so I don't want anything to do with that.
Oh, here we go. You had to bring this guy up.
Woody Marks. I started him in our listener league. Jason, I was like, I had all the players. I had a Marion Hampton. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna kill people. I'm gonna beat people real bad. I shouldn't have said that. Whatever. 2 effing fantasy points, Jason. Played 3 more snaps than Nick Chubb in week 5. In week 4, he played 10 more, but he still played more snaps, man, than Nick Chubb. 5 or fewer fantasy points each week, except for last week when he got 27, and that was versus Tennessee. So does it concern me, Jason, that his one good game was versus Tennessee? Yes, it does. They took a huge positive game script in here. I did not think that was going to happen at all. So positive game script is way on, caters towards Nick Chubb's skill set. So I understand what happened here. But at the same time, yeah, I thought Baltimore was going to score some points, Jason. It was just terrible. I mean, they pulled their starters like in the third quarter. He's on a bye this week. So then he is at Seattle. I don't really like that. But he is a rookie coming out of a bye, and he's already been proven, he can take the load. Chase carry the load. So Woody Marks, man, if I could trade for him right now for cheap, I'd be super targeting him. Like he should get more carries every single game than he did this last game.
I had some people comment on the offensive line, defensive line report asking who to play, and I was like, when Woody Marks was on there, I was like, you got to play Woody Marks. I'm all about him this week. He has a great matchup. I think the Ravens were their number one in points scored for running backs. And I was like, and we saw what he did. I'm like, even if the Ravens like score some points, he's the receiving back. I was like, there should be no reason why he doesn't outcarry Nick Chubb this week.
No reason.
Happen.
So what kind of players, Jason, could you get, or would it take to acquire Woody Marks?
Whoa, there's some crazy trades here. What'd you do for Jacoby Myers?
Yeah, dude, Jacoby. I mean, I wanted to trade for Jacoby Myers, but Jason, man, like it is looking bleak in Jacoby Myers for 3 games. So I still like trying to get Jacoby Myers for super cheap, but no, I'd rather have Woody Marks, dude.
Jalen Waddle.
I mean, Jalen Waddle caught a touchdown in his first game without Tyreek Hill, correct?
9 targets.
Yeah, I would go Jalen Waddle. I feel, man, the Miami Dolphins needed to win that game so bad. Did you watch the footage of like Mike McDaniels walking back to the locker room? It's just,
yeah, he knows.
It's a sad team. So, but yeah, I would probably go. I would go number 1 wide receiver over there. I mean, he's gonna be I would do the wide receiver there.
Okay, what about Travion Henderson?
I give me Woody Marks over Travion Henderson right now, Jason. I wish I knew. I mean, everything's setting up great for Travion Henderson, and it's not happening, dude. So he's even averaging like way more. He was so much more efficient than Ramondre Stevenson. Whatever, man. Sucks. Travion Henderson's going to be great next year. So, all right. Next up, Jason. Very real player here. I almost got him last week for not as much as I thought it would take to acquire him, and now he just had his worst game of the season. Trey McBride, only 9 fantasy points. He's failed to score double-digit PPR points for the first time this season. In week 5, he's still seeing 23% target share in each game. So it's elite, man. Elite usage. Tight end. Kyler Murray almost got concussed by a football last game.
Dude, that was hilarious. What a freaking game, man. Okay.
They've lost 3 games by a field goal. It's never happened before in the history of the NFL. And yeah, Trey McBride, as far as consistency, he has not blown it up like 15 plus or more than 15 fantasy points, but he's been between, Jason. His floor is 12. His ceiling is 15. He happened to do a 9 fantasy point. And again, dude, people are not valuing Trey McBride as much as they should this year. At Indianapolis, they're going to have to keep up with that. And then Green Bay. So, hey, man, if I could trade for Trey McBride right now, I would. I forget who I offered. It was like Brian Thomas. I think it was like Brian Thomas Jr. and like Nick Chubb or something. I almost got him last week.
Damn.
I know. I was like, I thought I'd have to give up a lot more for the number 1 tight end.
Okay. Would you do Trey McBride for AJ Brown?
No, I'd keep Trey McBride all day.
Derrick Henry for Trey McBride.
Oof. Now we're talking. Jason, I would keep Trey McBride because both positions suck right now. Tight ends, not the greatest position right now, and neither is running backs. So both have scarcity. Give me the one with the high floor, dude. Henry's losing you weeks.
And then would you do... Well, you kind of just said that.
I did. I said that.
Well, there's one. No, sorry. There's one that's Trey McBride for Brian Thomas.
Woo.
Okay, would you do?
Oh
this?
yeah, I would take Trey McBride.
Would you do Jordan Mason for Trey McBride?
Oh hell yeah, I would have done that, especially with Jordan Mason's schedule coming up and stuff. Even though I'm going to tell you to trade for him. And my dog farted. It smells fucking crazy. Ooh. All right, next up, Jason. This guy right here. All right, I was a Harold fan and believer. Njoku, 18 fantasy points. Njoku ran 12 more routes than Harold Fannin did against the Vikings, dude. So Fannin's 56% route share was down from 71% in week 4. So as soon as they have a new quarterback coming in, they're going to take away, it's going to be different personnel. We're going to give them less options to read through than Joe Flacco. It's going to be more of a basic offense. It's going to be more Njoku. Only 3 targets last week, with Flacco, led the team with 9 targets with Gabriel, dude. At Pittsburgh and Miami, both those defenses give up a ton of points. Or at least they did. Pittsburgh was giving up like the 6th most to wide receivers and some crazy shit to quarterbacks. Anyways, I'll have to check after this last week. But Miami, I know that's a good matchup for sure. So Njoku over the next 2 weeks, man, I see being, a top 8 tight end, top 7 tight end. And it might take a little bit more to get him after this big game. But Jason, I see it continuing with Dylan Gabriel.
Fanning did have a touchdown. Did you say that?
Yeah, it was like right off the bat, and I got pissed. And then it was all, dude, Njoku was just like, it was all Njoku for the rest of the game.
Okay. Would you do Njoku for Nick Chubb?
I'd rather have Nick. Oh, my God. No, I would do Njoku for Nick Chubb. I would trade away Nick Chubb.
Would you do Kyler Murray for David Njoku?
Yeah, I need to check and see what Kyler Murray's stats are, but I've watched like 3 Kyler Murray games this year, and it sucks, dude. So,
yeah,
Trey McBride's not eating, and Marvin Harrison Jr.'s not eating. It's all about Michael Carter, and that's it.
Kyler Murray takes footballs through the face. And then, would you do Devontae Smith for David Njoku?
I think that's fair. I think I'd still have an Njoku because of the way tight ends are right now. And I'm dude, Njoku was insane with Flacco that year. I mean, he was number 1 tight end overall. Like when Flacco was starting. Kevin Stefanski knows how to do it, man. I would feel real bad. Yeah, I would keep Njoku.
Okay.
All right. Jason, another bye. Jordan Mason, 12 fantasy points, hit a season high 56% route share against the Browns on Sunday. Despite his fumble, he finished with a 72% running back rush share and 11.8% target share. Those were both the second best marks of the season. That game was in London. Yeah. And then so 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games, 3 receptions in each of the last 2. I have been encouraged by his receptions. But when Aaron Jones comes back, I expect that to go away. Has surpassed 9 fantasy points, only 2 of 5 games this year. And the only reason I'm saying to trade for this guy right now is because of the running back landscape. And I'm a Jordan Mason owner and a lover. And I really don't value him that much right now. I'm like, I would trade him away for not that much, to be honest. So I think for his, I don't think he's going to be an amazing running back 1. I think he's going to be like a low-end running back 2. Maybe a flex option when Aaron Jones comes back. But where he's being valued right now, I think it's a value, especially with I would just try to amass some running backs, Jason, and trade for Jordan Mason.
He went up against probably the best run defense last week in London. He kind of surprised me. In that game. I mean, Vikings offensive line played well for run block, not pass block.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I do think, man, when you watch him run, you're just like, God, just give it to him 20 times and he'll be fine. But with Carson Wentz, been throwing the ball more. So yeah, I think that JJ McCarthy coming back will offset maybe some of that Aaron Jones stuff that's going on when he returns.
Okay, would you do Jordan Mason for Keenan Allen?
I know Keenan Allen had a bad game, right? But I'd rather have Keenan Allen, Jason.
Jordan Mason or Terry McLaurin?
I'm not trading for an injured player right now, even though by the end of the year you're probably going to be wishing that you had Terry McLaurin. But give me the running back depth. Throw Jordan Mason in your flex, because right now you can't even throw Terry McLaurin in your flex. Even if he came back this week, I probably wouldn't throw him in my flex. With a torn. What was it, a quad or something like that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not trying to trade for injured players just yet.
And then what about for Stephon Diggs?
Stephon Diggs, that was a revenge game for him. But Drake May looked really good. I mean, they need an alpha wide receiver. That Kyle Wilson or Hamilton or whatever his name, that's a safety. Who were that guy, that high round draft pick? I haven't even heard his name this year, dude. Yeah, Kyle Williams. So Stephon Diggs, Jordan Mason, I think you need more than just Stephon Diggs to get Jordan Mason.
Yeah, I think Kyle Williams was out there for 1 snap. It was for a screen pass. I got knocked down. That was it.
All right, Jason. let's go over a couple of yours before I run out of steam.
Okay.
Because I've got a whole bunch of buys. We'll hit it. We can hit them real fast, but I want to go over some of your stuff.
Hit them fast. Hit them low. Where am I at? Quinshon Judkins. All right. Just so you know, he had a 56-yard touchdown callback due to a ticky-tack flag in last week's game. So the NFL's most valuable fantasy backfields by total volume, that's expected fantasy points per game. So far, Browns are number 2. They're second overall at 28.4. He's a part of that backfield. He was the first. He had a 100-yard rusher. It's the first 100-yard rusher for the Browns since Week 10 of 2023. He is third in yards after contact per carry. He's averaging 18 carries a game. He had 23 carries versus the Vikings. He had 21 carries the week before that. The Browns, who he plays moving forward, they play against the Bengals, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Jets. We just saw what Javonte Williams did to the Jets, the Titans, and the Bears. Like, let's go, dude. Go out and get this guy. He's got a nice schedule coming up, and he's getting about 18 carries a game behind that offensive line. Go get him.
Yeah, Jason, I mean, we just talked about trading Quentin Johnston for him. So, yeah, dude, that's what we think about Quinshon Judkins right now. So it's going to take a lot to get him, but he's going to be one of the few workhorse running backs that you don't have to worry about any defense. He's already faced incredible defenses, and it hasn't mattered.
Yeah.
And I trust Kevin Stefanski and that offensive line. So, yeah, dude, I would pay what it takes if I needed a running back to get Quinshon Judkins.
And he's also getting 3 targets a game, too. So, what would you do here? Would you give up Jalen Waddle for him?
Yes.
Devontae Adams for him?
Yes, I would.
Michael Pittman?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Because I'm just thinking, I don't care, man. Wide receivers, I can find wide receivers to start. It's like, dude, like a workhorse running back? Hell yeah. Especially like, Puka Nacua. You tell me Puka Nacua, Jason. I'm like, okay. All right, dog. You ended up trading Kenneth Walker for Bill? No, you traded Bill for Kenneth Walker a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dude, Kenneth Walker's killing it. And now Bill is taking a huge step forward, man. If they realize what's going on there, especially with Jaden Daniels, Bill could be a league winner right now, man. So, and he's looked great when he just has not been getting the touches, and all of a sudden they gave it to him, win Jaden Daniels back. So you're saying to trade for Bill, Jason?
Yes. At our running back success rate leaders, he's number one. Number one with 65%. Season highs in fantasy points, snaps, attempts, and routes in week 5. That looked like 27 fantasy points. 49% snaps, 61% attempts, 39% routes, 9% target. Still splitting time, but moved into the lead position. He's the only running back drafted on day 3 who have averaged over 6 yards per carry in the first 5 games of their career. He qualified out of qualified running backs. He is number one in points per touch at 1.26. That's more than Jonathan Taylor. And the Commanders run the ball the 9th most per play. He ranks 2nd in yards per touch at 7 yards, which means every time he rushes or catches the ball, he's averaging at least 7 yards. And finally, he's number one in rushing yards over expected per attempt at 2.17. I like Bill, so you should like Bill. Go get Bill.
So what kind of players, Jason, are being traded for Bill right now?
I'm on the clock. We got Jordan Mason.
Yeah, man, I would trade Jordan Mason for Bill. Give him to me. I might try to do that this week. Because, I mean, Ashley likes Jordan Mason. I mean, did she like it? I can't remember. I might do it. I might just do that, Jason. Give me Bill.
Chuba Hubbard.
Hell no. I'm keeping Bill, man. I'm keeping Bill, dog. Especially after Rico Dowdle just ran for 200 yards. I think Chuba Hubbard's screwed. I mean, you can't even trade him away now. So I should have put him on my hold list.
Jake Ferguson.
Oof. I'd rather have Jake Ferguson, Jason. I just traded away. I had to trade J.K. Dobbins and Nick Chubb for Jake Ferguson last week. And thank God they did well, because I did not want the person just to get, totally screwed because Jake Ferguson had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would rather have Jake Ferguson over Bill still, because he's the number 1 tight end. He's right now, it's like trading for the number 1 tight end in the NFL. So, yeah, that's what I would do. All right. Jason, let's go over our holds real fast, and then I'll go back. And here, real quickly, I just want to mention this. I know we had Chris Olave on here last week, so we won't hit it too hard. But Chris Olave, man, is a trade for. He only had 12 fantasy points. Shaheed had 25. And the only thing I think is crazy about this, he has yet to surpass 57 receiving yards in a game, Jason. And he's the second most targeted wide receiver in the league behind Puka. I don't understand that, dude. Your target, Puka's getting 200 yards a game. And this fool is not even breaking 57 with almost the same amount of targets. So Chris Olave, if I could trade for him, I would. But Jason has him. And real quick, okay, we're not going to do any of this. I'm not going to do trade calculators or anything, but just trade fours. I have Jackson Dart because of his rushing, dude. He's been rushing like a madman. Saquon Barkley, man. People are hating on him. He has had 18 plus rushing attempts in each game until this shit with only 6. So like, why are they not running the ball? Why are they not running the ball? And it's like, dude, 18 plus rushing attempts every game. So, I mean, yeah, he's not getting yards, but the opportunity's there. Pretty soon, I'm going to tell you it's too late to trade for Ted McMillan. 8+ targets each week. Dude, he gets Dallas and the Jets the next 2 weeks. Come on, man. So just those are some trade fours real quick. And then, Jason, onto the holds. A.J. Brown is my first hold. He only had 9 fantasy points, dude. He had 23 fantasy points and 109 yards week 3, right? In the other 4 games combined, he's had 19 fantasy points and 85 yards. So in one game, he's outproduced all of the other 4 games combined. 8 or more targets in each of his last 4 games. That's great. He's got the Giants and Minnesota. Minnesota's actually doing really well versus wide receivers right now, so I don't like that. Jason, A.J. Brown, I don't know who's trading for him. I don't know. Again, I don't know what to do with A.J. Brown, man. Because, again, I don't think people are valuing him as I would value him. And he's still getting 8+ targets a game. So what would you do? I have him as a hold.
I'd get rid of him.
You would sell his ass, huh?
No, I think you got to hold. And the reason why is because I think I saw the first 2 games of the season, the Eagles were like minus 19 in passer rate over expected because they were running the shit out of the ball. Now, the last 3 weeks, they are plus 5%. So they are trending in a direction that favors A.J. Brown. I was actually thinking about putting him in a package with Puka Nacua.
Oh, like you'd get him?
And somebody else, yeah.
Better get ETN and A.J. Brown for Puka Nacua?
Yeah.
I mean, I would, dude. I wish I could trade you for Puka Nacua because I would trade away everything for him. But I'm not giving you Jahmyr Gibbs.
You have the main guy that I want.
Who?
I know you're not giving him up.
Who?
Rashee Rice.
Oh, I'll give you Rashee Rice for Puka Nacua.
But
you need a running back too.
Yeah,
I know. I'm gonna go look at my team after I deal with this shit. But yeah, so Jason, A.J. Brown should have a good game next week. Probably a bad game after that. It's gonna be a roller coaster. So maybe trade him after next week when he has more than 9 fantasy points. Then Derrick Henry, speaking of 9 fantasy points, in week 1, Jason, he had 29.2 PPR points. Since he's had 30.1. So again, one player that's had all his production in one game, 50 or fewer rushing yards in each of his last 4 games. That blows my mind, dude. And a lot of those are like 30, 20-yard games. It's insane. He gets the Rams and then a bye. So the Rams defense is kind of hit and miss. I mean, their cornerbacks have been giving up some stuff. I mean, their strength is their front 7. And then he's on a bye, dude. So, oh my God, Jason, you want him to explode and then trade him away, or just to start getting momentum and keep him. So I am holding Derrick Henry because we talked about what you can get for him right now. I don't think it's worth it.
This was kind of crazy to me because he was actually one of the people that I said, if you have him, you need to start him this week. He has a good matchup against the Texans. I thought the game script was going to be perfect for Derrick Henry versus Woody Marks. The Ravens actually, they had the highest yards before contact in the NFL leading into this week. I'm like, this is made for Derrick Henry. And then he didn't happen. What happened? I still don't know what happened. There was a shift in the vault lines of the earth, and thing was everything.
the fault lines.
The vault. Did I say that? The vault. I said the vault.
They said the vault.
That's my fault. I meant the fault.
It's my vault. Oh, that's my vault. That's right. That's an Anchorman, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. This one's really concerning for me, actually, Derrick Henry. Maybe when Lamar comes back, but I don't know.
I was trying to trade for his ass,
dude. I'm afraid of that defense.
But
Can't run the ball when you're down by 30 points.
Exactly, you're right. They've given up the most points I've ever given. They're going to set the record right now for giving up points in the NFL in a year. And Derrick Henry's not built for that. You know, just look at him in Tennessee when that shit was going on. So yeah, good point. And I was just trying to trade for that fool. I was like, dude, I will give everything for him like 2 weeks ago. It looks like I have dodged a bullet. Jason? All right. I'm going to stop sharing this. Hey, that's a show. Again, there were some more buys on there if you want to go check that out in slow motion. Hey, but if you got any players that you want to buy, hold, sell, please comment down below. Tell us your trades. There's a lot of people that picked up, traded for, oh man, I need to respond to some of that. There was a lot of trades. If people only brag about the trades that went well, Jason, like, oh yeah, I traded this, and look at this, look what happened last week. It's like, yeah. Because if it didn't go well, you wouldn't be on this. You wouldn't be watching this shit. You'd be trying to watch Star Trek like me. I'm going to another world, man. I'm like, get me off of this. There's no football in Star Trek. If there was, Captain Picard would be the quarterback, Jason, with one of those old school helmets, leather helmets.
This ball is going to you, number one.
He's all, the holodeck is only 20 yards by 20 yards. This is not regulation. Anyways, it's a terrible.
Be a linebacker. He would be a linebacker. He'd be like, kill the quarterback, kill the running back, kill everybody.
I just watched him fight his brother, Jason, on Earth. It's pretty good. His brother was huge. Made him look like a little tiny guy.
It's a great show.
He's all, you can't handle real wine, Picard? Anyways, moving forward, that's the show. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we earned a thumbs up, man. Hopefully we earned a subscription. That's what this show needs, man. We need it more than Captain Picard needs to avoid the Borg, man. Again.
Borg.
Don't watch the movies, apparently. He gets same shit happens over and over again. Yeah. Jason, please send us out.
Yeah. Sorry. Jacksonville just ran the ball, an interception, 99 yards for a touchdown. So it's like, holy crap. Anyway.
Damn it, dude. That's not what I need. I need Brian Thomas Jr. to get just fucking points.
The following day, after this, we got the running back, or we got the wide receiver quarterback matchup. Make sure to watch if you want to win this week. And then the day after that, we got the Vegas questions. That's going to answer the Vegas answers that's going to answer your questions. Something like that. Anyways, I'll talk to you in those videos. Deuces.
This is Tyler War, Big Turd War. This is Jason, the Lucky Bastard Youth Wolf. I don't know what I'm telling you. This is Fantasy Red Zone. We appreciate you.